Google Glasses are eyeglass frames that have a camera, display, small touchpad on the arm of the eyeglass, and a small battery and microphone that you can use like a computer to help you record video, take pictures, surf the internet, and respond to voice commands. If you're traveling in a foreign country, it can even help you translate on the go if you are using the Bluetooth. It frees data from desktop computers and portable devices like phones and tablets and puts the data right in front of your eyes instead of on your hands. When you look at the screen display on the Google Glass, it's like looking at a 25-inch high-definition screen from about 8 feet away. The Google Glass Explorer model is really a smartphone that is wearable. It costs about $1,500, and 8,000 people in the world are currently beta testing this for Google. So the Google Glass, you really have a screen and a camera above your eyes instead of on your hands. The specifications of the Google Glass: it has a 640 by 360 display. It's got a built-in 5 megapixel camera. The battery life is about 24 hours with typical use. It has 16 gigabytes of flash memory built in, although 12 gigabytes will be available for user storage. The device will sync to Google Drive in the cloud. It has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in, but no GPS chip. So it'll probably work best with an Android phone, but you can pair it with any Bluetooth enabled phone. The touchpad is located along one arm of the glasses. The Google Glass has many practical functions. The hands-free camera and viewfinder allows you to snap photos or record videos, and this is very handy for medical and surgical procedures that you want to help students learn. For example, you can be in the operating room and actually be able to wear the glass and stream the entire surgical procedure live, or to be viewed at a later time. You can share photos using 2 taps on the arm of the glasses and send it to whomever you want. It can help those who have memory problems stay on schedule. It can also help translate for you while you're in a foreign country. You can get directions while you're driving with a simple verbal command and slight tilt of the head. You can check email and reply on the fly using the My Glass app. The Google Now integration can also put a reminder literally in your face about birthdays, or it can tell you or remind you which airline terminal you need to be at to pick somebody up. So lots of fun and useful applications. The healthcare uses for Google Glasses are several. In the field of medical education, this gives truly an innovative approach for surgeons and doctors to be able to teach medicine literally from their point of view. Students can actually see what the surgeon is looking at in their field of vision when they approach a certain problem during a procedure, for example. If a student forgets how to do a procedure, they can use the Google Glass to call up a video of the procedure to help them follow along and help learn the procedure more thoroughly. As a self-evaluation tool, you can pair the Google Glass with a high-fidelity simulator and record a video from the user's perspective. And as a result, the learners and the instructors can watch the video of the procedure and note any mistakes and help the student correct it. Some of the annoyances that wearers have described include needing to tilt your head up and down to wake the screen, Some have said that it could be a driving distraction. Some have said that the voice recognition is not always accurate. The connectivity requires that you have a phone that supports Bluetooth data tethering. Otherwise, the glasses really are only a camera. You can't connect glasses to a network that requires website login as well. The battery life is not great, about 4 hours with heavy use. There are several risks when you wear a Google Glass. There's a distraction risk. So if you are engaged in complex motor skill activities such as driving and crossing the street, you might be distracted if you're busy looking at the display on your Google Glass. If you're a student at a lecture hall trying to get through a boring lecture, you might become distracted by turning on your Google Glass, surfing the web, and maybe watching some movies instead of learning what you're supposed to be learning. The fact that it costs $1,500 makes it more likely that thieves will target the Google Glass on your head. So walking down the street can be dangerous wearing the Google Glass. There are security concerns as well for your private information. The Google Glass does not have a password or PIN. The glasses are linked to your Google Plus account through Bluetooth, and somebody who steals your glasses can gain access to your data. There's a privacy risk as well. You might not know that you're being recorded or that somebody's taking pictures of you, and that is a huge privacy concern. The theft of intellectual property while wearing Google Glasses makes it much easier to get away with, and corporations and businesses need to be aware of this. Some of the dream functionalities that Google envisions with the Google Glass are listed below. If you're a medical student in anatomy and you put these glasses on, you could potentially be able to use its object recognition features to identify nerves, blood vessels, muscles, etc. to help with your learning process. If you're looking for somebody in a crowd, facial recognition can also help you find that person more quickly. If you are a comparison shopper, you can use the Google Glass to get the best deals by simply looking at a product and perhaps having 3 prices pop up in front of your display to let you know which store has the better deal. Crime prevention is also another dream functionality. Imagine being able to snap your video of crimes in progress to deter future criminal activity. For sports, instead of toting a clipboard or a bunch of notebooks, you can call up the data you need on the Google Glass. For transportation, you can take advantage potentially of the ability to use the Google Glass, look at a subway station, and know if the train is delayed and by how long. And maybe that might help you decide to take a taxi cab instead of waiting for the train. In terms of lifestyle and healthy eating, the Google Glass can perhaps help you look at food and then have the Google Glass display all the calorie information and ingredient information right in front of your face. So lots of potential.
So let's move on and look at mobile medical technology and applications. There are various platforms available on the market nowadays. iPhone or the Apple-based products, Android, Windows, and now we've even seen an increased use of tablet-based systems, whether they're Apple or Windows-based. You'll see most commonly in the smartphone industry the Android versus the iPhone operating system. Mobile capabilities have re-energized the market, and they're revolutionizing the way healthcare providers are learning to practice medicine. They're becoming increasingly popular in the healthcare industry because it truly serves to be a valuable tool that allows safe and effective way to practice difficult yet common procedures in a safe environment and at the convenience of your own phone. So let's look at some practical functions of mobile applications. Healthcare is responding to the increasing popularity and the availability of technology innovations through the use of smartphones and tablets. They allow for a convenient, on-the-go resource that healthcare providers can access just in time. They are user-friendly, as they're designed to be simple with no new learning curve. The intuitive interface through high-definition graphics engages the end user through the use of entertainment. It also provides a real-time learning environment in which you can make mistakes and correct in real time. It has the capabilities for offline usability in addition to built-in connectivity. It allows a platform that applications can be created in, uploaded, and updated. It provides a simple, effective, inexpensive solution to augment a traditional passive learning environment. Rather than coming to a class and being engaged with PowerPoints or lectures or stagnant videos, the end user can play in a dynamic virtual environment that incorporates video, audio, text, narration, testing, and interactivity. How can we use mobile applications in healthcare today, whether it's in the educational field, such as modeling and simulation, or in healthcare in general? Mobile apps allow the end users to practice complex procedures that require a high level of focus and the use of dexterity. It creates an environment for visual spatial thinking and practicing of hand-eye coordination through virtual learning. The high definition and detailed graphics showcase virtual environments and simulations that represent patients and equipment. They have a dynamic training tool that allows the ability to imitate real surroundings. Again, it provides a just-in-time resource, whether you're at a bedside, in a classroom, or looking up information to augment your training. And mobile health initiatives. Recently, the VA launched a mobile health initiative which aims at providing technologies to expand beyond the traditional office visit. The goal of the VA Mobile Health is, through patient-centered healthcare delivery, the VA can create mobile health technology applications that provide veterans an opportunity to become an active participant in their healthcare through the use of secure applications. It is now estimated that health and well-being applications are estimated to make up approximately 40% of new smartphone applications being developed. The mobile apps for healthcare truly provide a wealth of portable data accessible anytime, anywhere. Below I've highlighted a couple of categories that applications are currently available for. There are applications that provide a virtual medical simulation environment that represents patient care events or new equipment. Various applications for continuing medical education, procedural references, medical calculators or drug references, blogs and updates for the latest evidence-based practice and medical news, templates that allow for dictation, abstract finders, organizational tools, social media with availability for secure messaging, living books that provide real-time updates based on evidence-based practice, and diagnosis or specialty care resources. During my research, I came across a website created by physicians to review medical and healthcare apps. The site is called iMedical Apps, and on it provides a link that accesses the top 20 free iPhone medical apps and the top 15 free Android medical apps. It also details specifically what each app provides. So I thought it would be interesting to list that here for you in the event you have an opportunity to go in and download these applications for your use. Just to highlight a couple of them, I wanted to talk about the first application, Medscape, listed both for iPhone and Android. This application continues to grow with every update. It provides 7,000 plus drug references, 3,500 disease clinical references, 2,500 clinical images and procedure videos. It has a robust interaction tool checker, CME activities, and a whole lot more to offer. The New England Journal of Medicine allows the end user access to the last 7 days worth of published articles. There's radiology applications that provides case-based presentations with radiology imaging. And there's even the social media site Doximity, which primarily hosts physicians, but it does allow other healthcare professionals to access it as well. Currently, it has over 160,000 users, and it provides HIPAA-compliant communication tools. Below you will find the top 15 free Android medical applications for healthcare professionals as outlined on the iMedical app website I just discussed. Forecast predicts that game-based learning will grow from 1.5 billion in 2012 to 2.3 billion in 2017. Simulation-based learning activities are expected to grow even more than that, from 2.3 billion to 6.6 billion in 2017. Much of this growth comes from applications that target the mobile market. Various corporate training games include simulation programs that train people not only how to do their jobs, but also to simulate lifelike environments in which healthcare providers can practice new equipment training and various healthcare related activities that are pertinent to their scope of practice. Below, I just highlighted a few of the available games out there that look at ACLS and PALS that are compliant with the American Heart Association guidelines, a difficult airway application that looks at adult and pediatric airway management, a CPR game various games related to diagnosing patients in an emergency room, how you would treat them, and then finally admit them to inpatient care, and various game-related activities that highlight radiology type cases. Below is another example that I found while doing research on mobile applications. These applications were created through a research grant by the Yale School of Medicine and are available for free download through iTunes. They include the infant endotracheal intubation and a central line insertion application. They're not yet available on the smartphone operating system, but you can download them into your iPads. So what might be some of the potential risks as it relates to mobile applications in the healthcare setting? We already see that the mobile applications are becoming increasingly more popular in the healthcare industry, but it is truly not to be used as a replacement for sound clinical judgment when treating patients, selecting medications, or determining plan of care or treatment modalities. Many of the game-based applications that I downloaded in my research for this project had a very clear statement stating that these were guidelines only and not to be a replacement for clinical judgment. Validation is another thing that comes to mind because many of these applications are not validated nor vetted through the national organizations or accrediting bodies, such as the American College of Surgeons, the Emergency Nursing Association, and so forth. But they are truly used to engage the learner, have fun, and retain some learning. Unethical practice related to vendor endorsements. So maybe there are vendors that come out with different types of mobile applications in hopes to sway you towards that particular vendor. There's also a lot of discussion most recently on distraction in the classroom, distraction in the patient care environment, really anywhere that there turns a focus to the mobile applications as a replacement for any type of learning or interaction with patients. There's also a privacy risk with all of the social networking applications available. There are some that feature a secure network or messaging, but what are the risks of those being compromised? And then there is social interaction, a loss of eye contact, appropriate communication with individuals, and addiction to the phone. As we may all see with the teenage generation, sometimes they seem to communicate better through the use of texting versus just communicating one-on-one with individuals. You also see a different type of language being developed because of the use of texting. There are abbreviations and shortcuts and mnemonics for everything that we tend to communicate versus having a reasonable interaction with another being. So what are some future possibilities? I thought this slide was a little bit difficult because many of the things that I currently found out there, I truly had no idea that it currently existed. And I don't even think I would imagine that it existed because it seems so far-fetched. But some ideas that I thought would be possible in the near future are the availability to access medical references anytime, anywhere. And some of that could be related to an electronic health record, patient lab results, medications. So wherever you go for your health care, it is one integrated system. A blended learning environment that engages end users with mobile applications and face-to-face learning. You see a little bit of this now as lectures are becoming podcasts, and they're available off-site at other times other than when the class occurred. I do see that there is availability to increase the compliance for regulatory requirements in the healthcare industry. It is very difficult sometimes to access all of your required annual training through the use of computers, but having the ability to access them on your smartphones in a mobile environment when it's convenient to you, whether you're sitting on a train or you're flying or any time really, will increase the compliance of completing those requirements. Applications that allow for telehealth, and I did discover that there are some applications that now communicate your vital statistics, and it will communicate it back to your primary care provider or your specialty provider for interpretation. Diagnostic testing delivered to the point of care. Maybe our smartphones will allow us one day to do AccuChecks or other various point-of-care testing, or to have camera features that allow you to actually x-ray body parts on the spot. And online medicine, similar to online banking, we have a little bit of this now through My Healthy Vet, through our telehealth and our Relay Health on the Department of Defense side. But online medicine to the point where you can communicate or chat with your providers or a triage nurse. All of your medication refills could go through there, really limiting the need for coming in for routine or sometimes even acute medical issues. We also wanted to highlight the wireless device solution. And this not only includes our smartphones, but it includes other devices that we'll go into further. But the healthcare industry truly has an increasing need for a mobile solution and devices in the educational setting and in the healthcare field. Not always are we graded on the quality, but we're really graded on convenience, what the access and speed of service was. These are all attractive characteristics to the busy healthcare professional. It allows for work to be done and accessed from in the cloud. Environmental friendly, we're creating a paperless society through the use of these wireless device solutions. And we're capturing interest, creating an interactive and an engaging environment. There are a variety of wireless device solutions available in today's market. We have tablets that feature various operating systems such as the Apple, which we all know as the iPad, various Android-based tablets such as the Tab or Samsung, and now most recently Microsoft has put out a tablet that offers an entire Microsoft operating system in their Surface Pro. We have smartphones, our Apple iPhones, our Android devices such as your Samsung S4, your Note 2, the Motorola Droids, and we even have Windows-based phones such as our Nokias and our Odyssey. And then we have, of course, the laptops, which are becoming more and more obsolete as we move into the tablet industry, such as your Apple MacBook, your Apple MacBook Airs, the Professional, your Windows-based systems such as Dell, HP, Asus, and we even have Google Chrome notebook availabilities. I wanted to take a couple of minutes and highlight one of the tablets, the Microsoft Surface Pro. This is a tablet that we are strongly considering at our facility in our simulation center, and primarily because of the functionality and capabilities it has. It serves as a laptop in a tablet form, and it has the flexibility to run legacy applications in addition to newer applications and all of the Office-based products. It's lightweight. It's only approximately 2 pounds, which serves as a convenient resource when you are doing mobile simulation, rather than lugging around the large laptops, the tough books that weigh 6 to 8 pounds each. When you're doing a mobile simulation for an extended period of time, that 2 pounds truly is much more convenient. It also allows for an enterprise solution for your IT departments, in which they can establish and manage security requirements through BitLocker, which is available on newer Microsoft operating systems as a free service. We've talked a while about the BYOD concept, which is bring your own device to work concept, which allows our staff members to bring their own device, our IT department to register and manage the security requirements of that device. BitLocker is a functionality within Microsoft on the newer Microsoft operating systems that allows for IT enterprise management to encrypt down to the level of the file within the device. This is currently being discussed at the Navy enterprise level because they currently use a third-party vendor in which they spend millions of dollars, and it encrypts down to the level of the drive within the device, but not actually down to the level of the file. We've seen a recent breach, just as recent as last week reported. Advocate Health Systems had a 4.3 million record breach when they had a couple of desktop systems stolen from their facility, in which were password protected but not encrypted. This happened to be the second largest breach, second to TMA, in which they had 4.6 million records breached. The Microsoft Pro also has Wi-Fi capabilities. It has camera functionality, high definition graphics. It allows you to use a touchscreen, digital pen for drawing or note-taking, or click on a keyboard that provides a cover solution and use it as a full functioning laptop in addition to a mobile tablet. We are already seeing an increasing use of mobile devices within the healthcare industry. Whether it's education-based or healthcare-based, individuals are able to register or discharge themselves through a mobile solution. There are surveys that are sent out on mobile apps. They are available on computers that can wheel on carts, or available at various laptop stations throughout the facilities. We have the ability for e-signature capabilities. It can be used in patient or staff education. It really allows for a mobile work center, teleconferencing, telemedicine, the camera and video capabilities, and point of care capabilities, in which we can bring our mobile solutions right to the bedside and provide point of care. So what are some potential risks as they relate to the wireless device solution? Well, as we mentioned earlier, with this security breach and the theft of desktop computers, we know with a wireless device solution, security related to theft would be a very high risk. These units are small, easily mobile, and many of them look just like the ones that end users have for their own personal use. There also has potential to be a breach in the security requirements. There's a liability related to the units. If you drop or break it, who's really responsible or accountable for the units? Are the end users going to need to have insurance to cover if a unit in their possession breaks? The risk for distraction and disruption. The wireless device provides a tool that could disrupt the workplace because the end user could abuse their use of the system. in which they're not really doing what they need to be doing. Privacy kind of goes in conjunction with the security, as we could have a compromise related to our PII, and integrity of the system, who's going to upgrade, who's going to maintain security requirements, and who will have full administrative rights, especially if we incorporate a bring your own device to work concept. I think we can all agree that the wireless device solution is a solution that is here to stay. It truly will become a centerpiece of healthcare delivery, where we have the ability to transition our healthcare into the home. Wireless solutions will allow for immediate access of healthcare records, vaccinations, medications, diagnosis across the board, regardless of the system that you go into, whether you may go into an Advocate or a Vista or a United. It can be a transmitter of information, cardiac rhythms, vital sign statistics, and even an anticipated fall applications currently being developed and tested. Mobile and wireless trend is here to stay. This is still in many phases in its state of infancy as it relates to healthcare, and it will provide a better and faster healthcare solution at a reduced cost.